So Symal House is very much a unique opportunity in North London. It's repurposing of an existing office building into trade and residential, focused on student accommodation, which obviously is our sort of main business. Great location, great connectivity in the centre of London, and it allows an opportunity to bring our premium product into an area of London where perhaps there's some added value to be left in the development. Okay, so we're on Liverpool Street in the City of London, and behind me, over my right-hand shoulder, is the Great Eastern Hotel, a project I delivered mid-90s, 95, 96. British land project in a joint venture with Conrad Partners. Particular significance to Symal House, given that we delivered triple-storey extensions on the existing building. As you can imagine, a very complicated project, given that it is on Liverpool Street in the heart of the city, and the hotel sits over the top of the station. Huge logistical issues, construction management challenges, and building this building whilst keeping the station operating underneath. So this sets the benchmark for how we've approached the Symal House project, and 30 years of technical experience going into delivering what will be a fantastic building in North London in Edgware.
We've achieved 2 of the 3 planning permissions to date, and we will shortly be submitting the 3rd planning application for the upper floors. We have applied for all the utility connections, and we'll schedule these in as early as possible so that they are coordinated with the programmed works. Another key milestone will be the installation of the windows, which are currently in manufacture. These will allow the building to be weathertight, allowing for the fit-out trades to commence. We have a detailed delivery programme that all members of the team have bought into, and progress is being monitored against this programme. Given the complex nature of enhancing the structure, the sequence of constructing the steel frame within the existing superstructure is key to maintaining stability of the structure whilst driving the programme. Challenges on the project are dealt with using the project risk register, which identifies mitigation measures. The risk register is monitored regularly.
Here at Symal, we're increasing the number of stories by 3 on a 3-storey building, which is quite significant and unusual. With the aspiration of adding additional floors, we had to look carefully at the capacity of the existing construction to carry the new loads. To facilitate the increase in the number of floors, we've designed a steel structure which threads through the existing building and is supported on piled foundations. The piles are being installed with a low headroom rig through the existing building footprint. The existing building is also being made more robust by the addition of horizontal and vertical ties in accordance with its increased disproportionate collapse classification. Above the existing building, we're creating a new steel transfer deck in hot rolled steel, and then 3 stories of light gauge steel frame will be built off the top of that. The steel frame will then be braced down through the existing building for stability. The reuse of the existing building assists in the embodied carbon calculation for the building. It's always good to reuse a building where we can, and this is a great opportunity.
We're still on Gower Street in central London, which forms the main area for University College London campus, just down the road from Euston Station. Obviously there are a number of academic institutions in central London. I've picked this particular one because of the connectivity to Symal House, and principally because I worked on this campus for 6 years earlier in my career, delivering many of the buildings, to include the Chadwick building, which is over my left-hand shoulder, DMS Watch and Library, School for Slavonic Studies, amongst other things, and quite a bit of accommodation to service the student requirements. The great thing about Symal in this context is obviously you need accommodation for the university offer. In Zone 1, which is where we are, very difficult to get that accommodation, as you can imagine, particularly given the price. So what we're seeing with Symal House is the ability to generate reasonably priced accommodation within a very short commute, and using the 2 blinds as the trunk routes to get into the university campus. That doesn't just apply to this academic institution, it's a number of others given where we are, but this is probably the most relevant institution given how long it takes, a minimum amount of time it takes to get into the the Symal House Edgeway location.